Hello everyone, I am Dr. Devesh Mishra and today I am coming with the new video lesson that is about the immunopathology recent advances which has been added partly in the Robbins also, right? So Robbins 10th edition. So that is why I wanted to discuss here, and this topic was asked in AIMS 2018 also, right? And this topic which I am going to discuss is the cancer therapy by inhibition of negative immune regulation. So first I will tell you the basics of the immunology, where I will be teaching you what are the negative immune regulators, right, which will be checking our normal immune system not to activate or hyperactivate, right? So first of all I will tell you about the negative immune regulators. So first of all we should understand the basic concepts of the immunology, that is about the antigen presenting cells, right? Antigen presenting cells, they are having two molecules on their surface. One is called MHC molecule on their surface, and second is the B7 co-stimulatory molecule. So here I am just writing in the short B7. B7 is actually B7.1 and B7.2. So these are the two important molecules which are called as co-stimulatory molecule. Remember, these molecules are called as co-stimulatory molecules, right? So these are the two important co-stimulatory molecules which I have written, B7.1 and B7.2 co-stimulatory molecules. B7.1 is also called as CD80 and B7.2 is also known as CD86. Remember, these are the older PGI question also, that is why you have to remember. So co-stimulatory molecules, where they are present on the surface of antigen presenting cells, right? They are present on the surface of antigen presenting cells. What will happen? Now this MHC complex will combine with antigen. This MHC complex will combine with antigen, or they will take the antigen and it will be presenting it to the T cell, right? So now we will see what will happen. T cell, this is the T cell, right? T cell is having T cell receptor to accept this MHC complex along with the antigen, right? So what I'm showing you, T cell receptor will be taking up this MHC complex along with this antigen, or they will be taking up antigen from the MHC complex. So when they will be taking up this antigen from the MHC complex, that time it will be forming signal 1. So this is how signal 1 is completed, right? So remember, it is signal 1 which has been completed. When MHC molecule is giving antigen to the T cell receptor, signal 1 is completed. But remember, still this T cell is not activated, because for activation of T cell, co-stimulatory signal should be completed, right? So co-stimulatory signal should be completed. So for that T cell is having another receptor that is called as CD28, right? So CD28 will combine with B7, and after combination there will be formation of the signal 2. So now you can see signal 2 has been completed, right? So these are the basic immunological concept we have to understand. So when both signals are completed, remember, as I said, only signal 1 completion will not activate the T cell. When both the signals are completed, then only you will find the T cell activation will be there, right? So this T cell activation will be there to handle all the immunological problems in our body when both signals are completed. If co-stimulatory signal is not completed, remember, secondary, this signal 2 is also called as co-stimulatory signal, right? Co-stimulatory signal, right? So these are the basic concept you might be studying in your MBBS curriculum also. Here, apart from this, T cells, they have two important negative immune regulators, or you can say that they are the brakes of the immune system, right? Or brakes of the activation of the T cell, in simple word, right? So what are these negative immune regulator or the brakes? So these are the two important molecules which I am writing. One is called PD1 receptor. So PD1 I am just writing here. After that I will be using only short form PD1, which stands for programmed death 1. Programmed death 1. So this programmed death 1 receptor is present on the T cell, and there is another receptor which is present on the T cell, that is called as cytotoxic T lymphocyte antigen 4, right? So I am again writing once cytotoxic, because these T cells are, and because we are talking about the cancer, killing. So cancer killing, what is most efficient cell? That is the CD8 cytotoxic cell, right? So obviously it is a CD8 cytotoxic cells. So this is cytotoxic T lymphocyte antigen 4, right? So this is the full form of CTLA4, right? So now you can see this, what is happening. Antigen presenting cells, they are having MSC molecule and B7, right? When both will be forming the two signals, T cell will be activated. But in normal condition, in a normal situation, why this T cell is not activated, why this co-stimulatory signal is not completed? Because of the two negative molecules. So what are these two negative molecules? These are the PD1. So remember what I'm saying, these are the PD1 and the second one is CTLA4. So these are called as negative immune regulators or the brakes of the activation of T cell, right? So again I will write this so that you can understand more clearly. Negative immune regulators, right? So these are called as negative immune regulators. So I'm just writing it, negative immune regulators. Who are these negative immune regulators? As I have told you, programmed death 1 and cytotoxic T lymphocyte antigen 4, right? So these are the two negative regulators. As I said, these negative immune regulators are also known as brakes of the immune system or brakes of the T cell activation. So in simple word we can say that these are the brakes of the T cell activation. So when they are present, they will not be allowing T cell activation. How? Now we will understand one by one. CTLA4, when you will see the structure of CTLA4, it is similar to the CD28 molecule present on the T cell. So this is homologous. So what I am saying, that it is homologous to the CD28 molecules, right? So now you can see that both are similar to each other. But what is the difference? When there is a time to combine with B7 molecule, see this, what I'm saying, that when it is a time to combine with this co-stimulatory molecule present on the antigen presenting cell. You remember just now I have told you B7 molecule is present on the antigen presenting cell. These are the co-stimulatory molecule. So when we talk about the attachment or binding with this B7 molecule, that time you should remember that CTLA4 is having more affinity. It is having more affinity than CD28 cell. So it will be reaching earlier to the B7 and they will binds to this B7. So this binding will be more earlier and more firm than the CD28. So that is the basic difference, right? So now you can see that what will happen in a normal immune system or when cancer cell is coming, right? So now you understood what I'm saying. So this again I will show you by a picture so that you can understand more clearly. Suppose I'm showing you, this is the antigen presenting cell, right? And this is the MHC molecule which is holding antigen, right? And this is the B7 molecule, right? And we are seeing the T cells. We are seeing this is the T cell, right? T cell. So first we have seen that T cell receptor will combine with the MSC antigen, and because of this signal 1 is completed, right? So signal 1 is completed. So what is required for the activation of the T cell, this particular T cell, when this CD28 combines with this B7 molecule. But what happens? The negative regulator, who is negative regulator? It is CTLA4. So this CTLA4 will combine with B7-1. So this combination will happen, right? So this combination will happen, and because of that, what will happen? There will be no activation of the T cell will be seen, right? So there is no activation of the T cell will be there, right? So that is why I said CTLA4 is having, why CTLA4 is combining with B7-1? Because CTLA4 is having more affinity than CD28 molecule. So this CTLA4, what they will do? They will inhibit the activation of, so in simple words, what we are seeing, that CTLA4 is inhibiting the activation of T cell, right? So they are inhibiting the activation of T cell because signal 2 is not completed. So as a result, this T cell is inhibited, right? So now you understood this common concept or very basic concept, so that you can understand the cancer therapy. What will happen in cancer therapy? This antigen will be cancer neoantigen, that's all, right? This will be the cancer neoantigen. So this is one picture. There is another thing about the programmed death. What happens here, I will just show you. Programmed death receptor mechanism is little different. Suppose I am showing you, this is the T cell, right? And this is the antigen presenting cell. In simple words, I am just showing you. Suppose this was the signal 1. Just in short, I wanted to show you signal 1, and this was the signal 2 because of the co-stimulatory molecule, right? You remember? So I'm not drawing that diagram again. Signal 1, signal 2 is trying to activate the T cell. But what is here? Programmed death 1 receptor is present on the T cell. What will happen? This will combine with programmed death ligand 1. This programmed death ligand 1 is present on the tumor cell. So this is present on the tumor or cancer cell. So tumor cell is having programmed death ligand 1. So when this combination happen, whenever this PD1 will bind with PD ligand 1 on tumor cell, this will inhibit. See this, what I'm showing you, this will inhibit. What they will inhibit? This will inhibit both signal 1 and signal 2. So both signal 1 and signal 2 will be inhibited. Now you understood? So it's a very, very simple, important point you have to understand. That is why I said the PD1 system is different from the CTLA4. Now you can see that CTLA4 was having excessive binding capacity or binding affinity with the B7 molecule, and then they were inhibiting the T cell activation. But here something is different. What is that difference? That programmed death 1 ligand, when combines with the PD1 receptor of the T cell, this will inhibit both the signal 1 and signal 2. As a result, now T cell is completely inactivated, right? So now you understood this common thing. So what was the Nobel Prize winning discovery by the two scientists in 2018? That they have discovered the cancer therapy by using certain antibodies, right? Antibodies which are, you can say that, which are the inhibitors of negative immune regulators, right? So now you understood what I'm saying. Negative immune regulator, who are this? You remember PD1 and CTLA4, right? So that is the recent discovery by these two people, right? So they won the Nobel Prize for this thing only, right? So cancer therapy, what they are doing, they are preparing the monoclonal antibodies which are inhibitors of the negative immune regulation. So how they are going to inhibit the regulation? So same thing will be happening. See what I have shown you, just I am going to repeat those things again, so that it will be very well absorbed in your mind. So this is the antigen presenting cell, right? As I have told you, there will be MHC molecule which will be capturing the cancer antigen. So here antigen is the cancer antigen, right? Cancer antigen, right? Here it is a B7 molecule, right? That co-stimulatory molecule on antigen presenting cell. Now we are seeing a structure of T cell, right? A structure of T cell, and T cell is having T cell receptor for cancer antigen, right? So by this way signal 1 is completed, right? So what we were anticipating, that signal 2 will be also completed and T cell will be activated. Signal 2 will be completed by combining this CD28 molecule. But what is happening in this situation? What is happening? CTLA4 is combining with B7, right? So B7-1 is binding with CTLA4. So when this CTLA4 is binding with B7, see this, what I'm showing you, when B7 is binding with CTLA4, so what will happen to this T cell? This T cell is inactivated, right? So what is happening to this T cell? T cell is inactivated or inhibited. So they are inactivated, right? So because of this, what has happened? T cell has been inhibited, right? So because of this, T cell has been inhibited or inactivated. So what scientists, they thought that if they can prepare some antibody which will combine with this one, right? So they had prepared antibody anti-CTLA4, right? So because of this anti-CTLA4, when they will combine with this CTLA4, then this CD28 will become more efficient to combine with B7, right? So now you can see this in this another picture I will show you. So now you understood about this concept, so it's easy, right? Now I'm drawing this again. I'm drawing this again so that you can understand again in a better way, in more illustrative manner, right? So as I have told you, they are having MHC complex which is having cancer antigen, right? Which is having cancer antigen, and there is a B7 co-stimulatory molecule, right? And what is happening with the T cell? T cell is having T cell receptor, and this is how signal 1 was completed. Signal 1 was completed. So as I have told you, because there is a problem with these two things, CD28 molecules and their competitive inhibitor, or you can say competitor, that is the CTLA4, which is having more affinity to combine with B7, right? So what these scientists have done, they have prepared anti-CTLA4 antibodies which will combine with this, and by this what will happen, these two things are engaged, and now this CD28 is free to combine with B7.1, and this is how signal 2 is completed. So when this signal 2 is completed, T cell will be activated, right? So now T cell is activated, and what T cell it is? CD8 cytotoxic T cell. So what they are going to do now, this activated T cell is going to kill the tumor cell. So killing of tumor cell. So now you understood. So this is the Nobel Prize winning concept which they have discovered, that if we prepare anti-CTLA4 antibody and they combine with the CTLA4 negative immune regulator of the T cell, then CD28 will become free. Then you can see that what I'm showing you here, CD28 is free to combine with B7, and co-stimulatory signal is completed, T cell is activated. Once T cell is activated, they can kill the tumor cell. So that anti-CTLA4, this is an example I am showing you. This is the drug, you can remember, that is called as ipilimumab. So this ipilimumab drug, this is the drug which had been used under against melanoma, right? So this was the trial which was done for melanoma, right? So against melanoma, ipilimumab drug is a antibody against CTLA4 antigen, right? So CTLA4 of the T cell is the target for this ipilimumab. These are the monoclonal antibody. Ipilimumab is a monoclonal antibody whose target is CTLA4. So this is the anti-CTLA4 which will be combining with CTLA4 of the T cell, and they will inactivate this CTLA4, or they will engage this CTLA4 so that co-stimulatory signal will be completed, and now they are activated to kill the tumor cell. So that is the important point about the CTLA4. Now the second mechanism is PDL1. Second mechanism, which is because of the programmed death 1 receptor mediated mechanism. So again I will tell you what has happened here. There is a you remember, again I am going to repeat that same thing. There was a antigen presenting cell, and there is a interaction of antigen presenting cell with the CD8 cytotoxic T cell, right? So what has happened? MHC antigen and T cell receptor has completed the signal 1, right? And there is a co-stimulatory signal which is signal 2, which will be activating T cell. But why this T cell is not activated when this is the cancer antigen, right? So what cancer cells are coming, then there will be PD1 receptor on the T cell. This will combine with PD ligand 1 present on cancer cell, right? So cancer cells are having PDL1, right? So now I'm showing you, this is the cancer cell, right? Cancer cell is having 2 receptor on their surface, that is the 1 receptor on their surface, that is the PDL1 ligand. So PDL1 ligand will combine with PD1, and because of this combination, what will happen? You remember just now what I have explained you, this will inhibit both the signal. This will inhibit both the signal of the T cell activation. So as a result, what will happen? T cell will be inactive. right? So what scientists they have done, they have invented drug which can inhibit this one. So they had discovered antibody which will be against PD1, and they will inhibit the PD1 receptor, right, of the T cell. So what is happening here? So again I am going to draw the same diagram. In this side I'll just by this side I will draw it so that you can understand more clearly. This is the antigen presenting cell, right, and this is the T cell, right, and you can see there was a signal 1 and there was a signal 2, co-stimulatory signal, which are going to activate T cell. The problem was this PD1 receptor, right? So what scientists have done, they had discovered a drug which will be the antibodies to the PD1. So anti-PD1 will combine with this PD1, and as a result now cancer cell PD ligand will be spared. So PD ligand is spared. So now you can see that PD1 is combining with anti-PD1, and this is how T cell is not getting affected by the cancer cell. So as a result, what will happen? T cell is activated, and after that it will kill the tumor cell. So it will kill the tumor cell like this, right? So anti-PD-L1 example, anti-PD1 example is pembrolizumab. So here example is pembrolizumab. So this drug is used for the metastatic melanoma, right? And now in the new Robbins, what has been added is the Hodgkin's lymphoma, is because of the PD1 and PD-L1 mutation. So that is why I wanted to discuss this topic. This is related to the Robbins 10th edition. So this is the important information. Now you understood how immune regulators, now you understood there are two negative immune regulators, that was PD1 and CTLA4, right? And they were inhibiting the T cell activation. So we discovered antibodies which will combine with them and they will block them. As a result, what will happen? T cell will be activated, and now the activated T cell can kill the tumor cell. So this is immune regulated killing of the cancer cell. So right, so I understood, I can understand that you would have understood this concept very well. So if you understood and you want to be updated with more updates beyond the Robbins 10th edition, right? Not only the Robbins 10th edition, beyond the Robbins 10th edition, you subscribe my YouTube channel, and if you like it, please like the this video and share with your friends so that maximum people can get benefit from this lecture. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I am putting the next update, you should be informed. Thank you so much. Best wishes to all of you.